In this video, we'll make a recall on the network, but also on the private and elastic IP of AWS. There are two types of IP address: IPv4 addresses, which are expressed in the form 1, 2, 3, and 4, and IPv6 addresses, which are expressed in a hexadecimal composed of numbers and letters. In this course, we'll only use IPv4 addresses as they are the most commonly used by businesses and individuals. The more recent IPv6 meets the needs of connected objects. IPv4 addresses offer more than 3.7 billion attributable public addresses and is expressed in the following form: 4 bytes ranging from 0 to 255. Quick reminder on the network. Let's imagine we have a first public web server, A, with a public address. This one will connect to the web thanks to its public IP. We also have a second server with a public IP address who will also connect to the web. It will be able to communicate with the public address of the other server by using internet. We then have here an organization with a public address corresponding to its router or proxy, and a local network on which the machines of the local network can communicate. We have a second company with the same public IP address and private IP addresses within the network. In order for the two organizations to be able to communicate on their private network, they will have to use a VPN. Otherwise, there will be a routing that will be done through the routers. You might wonder what are the differences between public and private addresses. A public address is reachable from the outside world. It is unique on the web and cannot be assigned to mobile machines and can be easily geolocated. The private address is only reachable within the private network or through a VPN. It cannot be assigned to multiple machines in the private network, but the same IP address can be assigned in different private networks. The machine in the local network connects to the outside world via a proxy or a router. Only the specific IP addresses, ranges of each class A, B, and C, can be assigned to public networks. When stopping a machine on AWS, the address changes systematically. If you want to keep the same public IP address, you need an elastic IP address. The elastic IP address is an IP that you own, that you reserve. It is a paid service. It can only be assigned to one machine at a time. And therefore, with an elastic IP address, we can compensate for the failure of an instance by quickly relocating the IP address that we have reserved. You can only have 5 elastic IP addresses at once. Beyond that, it is necessary to look at the AWS price list. Having confidence in the DNS technology, it is strongly advised to not use elastic IP addresses. The assignment of a fixed IP address may reflect poor architectural decisions. It is better to buy a domain name and associate the name of our instance with it. The name of the instance does not change thanks to the DNS management by R53. We can also define unique entry points to our platform. By setting up load balancers, this allows us to direct the traffic. By default, our AC2 instances have a private address to communicate with each other on AWS, a public address to reach them from outside. If we want to connect to our instances via SSH, we can only reach them by using their public IP, and conversely, we cannot reach them by using their private address, except when using a VPN. If your instance is stopped unless you have an elastic IP address, its public IP address will change.